Hey, before this video gets started, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. If you find yourself watching this video, and obviously you have because you can hear this, if you decide for whatever reason to nope out of this video before it finishes, and I mean like well before it finishes, like before the halfway mark or at any point, like you decide like to leave before it's done, do me this favor and leave a comment down below explaining exactly why you're leaving. If it's my voice, if it's the audio, like the audio quality, if it's the co-host voice, if the video is just boring, doesn't matter what it is. Like even if it's like, well, I suddenly had to poop and I had to leave. Like doesn't matter what it is, just tell me what it is down below because I'm trying to boost audience retention. And I feel the only way to really do that is by having the audience tell me what's making them lose retention. So enjoy the show. Skip. Oh. All right. So in the last episode, I started talking about the Ninja Turtle movies from the 90s, and I'm going to continue doing that in between cutscenes. But I would like for everybody to understand, like, I grew up with TMNT 3. I didn't have Secret of the Ooze, and I don't think I even had the first one. I grew up with the third one. That was the one I had at my disposal to watch whenever I wanted. So my opinion of it is fairly biased. It's like, technically speaking, like I would say like, well, you liked it growing up, so that's how come. Like, no. I also grew up with Street Fighter 2. I'm still bad at it. But I will say like, okay, because I know a cutscene's about to pop off. Mark, what is a video game song or sound that when you hear it, your body like changes for like you respond to it positively? I ain't talking about like the I ain't talking about the pyramid head shit. I'm talking about like a sound effect or a song from a game, whether it be PS1, Super Nintendo, Sega, 64, like NES, anything like that. Like a song that just like sound or like sound. That like
the sound that Yoshi makes when he cracks out of an egg.
Is that correct?
I made a statement. Oh, I can't. Yeah, that. It's like, I know what you're talking about.
It's like book poem, but it's high pitched.
That
yeah,
sound.
Yeah.
You want to know a sound like weirdly enough, for me it is also from Super Mario World.
To the ground.
Perhaps I just believe more in the capability.
It's the sound of the castle.
Army to fight an alien invasion no one believes we can survive. Your daddy issues are no longer my concern.
It wasn't low. It died.
Excuse me, you little.
You're fired. Good luck with your crusade against the Panther without my company's protection.
Men,
that sound that it made, like the like when you go into a castle, that
no matter. History will prove
like that wavery noise, like that sound,
we are not given.
like fucking like
We
that,
will take.
and the oh my god, this is about to.
Brother, the mount. He's actually storming the mount.
Then he is both reckless and vulnerable.
Oh no, Avengers and I will stop him.
Please, they cannot have died in vain.
I promise you.
Oh, so they did die. All right, cool. War table to start the sound and fury. It's hard to explain this sound. It's the sound of the ball bouncing when you start NBA Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like there's the splash screens for the like the companies, and like for like I think it's Acclaim, and like the ball bounces across the Acclaimed logo. It's like,
Law and his loyalists have barricaded themselves in with their fused devices.
and then it bounces off screen, and it makes the sound of the backboard shattering. The backboard shattering from NBA Jam is a sound that, oh my god, that is a sound that like it takes me from wherever I am, and it puts me in a certain place in time. And I don't mean like an era of my life. I mean, I'm in a specific house at a specific time of day with a specific group of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god, Like
One that has a more visceral effect than me, like, is the sound of like when you start up Link to the Past. That sound that happens when like all the pieces of the Triforce are coming together, and then the sword comes down. That does a more visceral reaction for me, sound effect wise.
Because it's weird. Because like for me, 64 didn't have sounds and music that I really cared much for. Like it just didn't. But like
Apparently, psychologically speaking, the reason that is because the older ones are more simple, which makes your brain like
you can pick it
comprehend
up.
it a lot easier.
You can pick it apart a lot easier. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Cause that's the thing. Like, cause Jordan loves video game like instrumentals and soundtracks. I don't give a fuck about video game instrumentals and soundtracks. I don't. Like and it just is what it is. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just like he doesn't get that. Like as a lover of music, I don't really care that much for instrumentals. Because to me, a song is music is instruments, but a song is lyrics. And a lot of the times, like to me, the lyrics, depending on the song, have a lot to do with like the beat of the song. Like it just does. Like there are like clearly outliers. Like every song in Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Like even the fucking like character select. That shit go. Like good God, does that fucking soundtrack go? Like a song that gives me like not panic, but like gives me like agita is the athletic theme from Super Mario World. That's the you know the third stage in Super Mario World on Yoshi's Island? Like the one where you come across the swinging platform? Yeah, that's the athletic thing. That's what it's called. I don't know why it's called that. Turn.
What are we doing?
Nothing now.
Oh wait, I think what has to happen, is someone has to stand on this, and someone has to be down there to activate it. So I'll go do that.
No, that's not. No, get back to where you were.
Okay.
Like it's telling you what to do. Look across the room. Do you see the red light? Look below the red light.
Yeah, I've been throwing things at that. It's not doing anything.
Do we need to hit it at the same time?
I really think that we have to be down there.
No, we can't. Like going down there doesn't do us any good. Because we have to be up here to disengage.
Yeah, if you stand on that one and then.
We will defeat them all.
Yeah. Okay. So stand on the other one now.
Got it. Oh, that was clean.
There it is.
Men, kill the black.
I like my solution better.
Do not let them near the fuses.
All right, so that's just something I got. It just I came across some shorts on YouTube where a dude was playing like these like really hard Mario levels, and I'm at a point now that shit ain't even fun to watch. Like the idea of a Mario level is like anybody can do it, like with just enough time and patience. But like when you're doing the shit that like when it's like Kaizo level of like difficulty, and you're basically having to break the game to be able to like, it's not fun anymore. Like, it's just not.
Like you have to like spin jump on everything, and then when you finally get to the end, you have to grab the shell so you can hit something so before it kills you.
But you have to like throw the shell in the air, and then like balance, like throw it in the air, and then throw a spring block in the air, and like jump back and forth and like carry them across a chasm. Well, so yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like
These
that.
things look like these big ones look like tarantulas, by the way.
Yeah, I think that's the point, Mark. I don't think they look like tarantulas. They look more like
No,
really.
not tarantulas. Tarantulas from Beast Wars.
Oh, so
Like specifically just him.
so I'm about to say so the giant spider, so the giant robot spiders looks like a giant robot spider.
I mean, that is fair. I mean, specifically the color scheme and everything, because he's gold and purple too. Well, his transmetal version is.
So turtles. I
Yes,
felt.
back to turtles.
So like I said before, like I grew up with the third movie. So like you could say I'm biased, but whatever. And anybody who says like the third movie just isn't good, like I implore you, like follow what I'm about to say. I'm about to ask Mark a bunch of questions because he's seen all three movies at least twice.
Here. We will extinguish your fuses, Claw.
Who was the first movie about?
Like, who is it really about?
Yeah, like who would you say?
Flutter, in my opinion.
You think so?
T'Challa,
All right.
is
Yeah.
powering up the
Okay.
fuses.
I always felt like
Quickly.
the first movie is more about Leonardo and Raphael. And like follow me.
You know,
follow-
that's fair, because, like, yeah, it's because of, like, everything that comes,
the plot,
like,
yeah.
from,
The entire
yeah.
plot is really based around them. And so
like, learning to
give me a
respect
sec.
each other in their ways, you know.
The audio is fucking up. So it's more okay. So it's Raphael is learning how to be led. At no point, is Leonardo ever like considered the like leader of the group. Like in the movie, it's never like specifically like stated that Leonardo is your leader. You have to follow what he tells you to do because he knows best. That's never stated, like at all.
Not in those movies, no, not at all.
Yeah, never does that happen. So but at the
Mostly
same
because it
time,
doesn't need to, but yeah.
but at the same time, Leonardo is learning how to lead his brothers and how to because it's not just a matter of like how do I lead them into combat. He's also learning how to deal with the fact that his brothers and he are also dealing with a tremendous loss because they've never really been outside the sewer. They don't really know, like when Splinter gets taken and Raphael feels like it's his fault, they don't know what to do. It's literally like a toddler, like being at home with its parent and the parent like gets hurt or dies. The baby doesn't know what to do. Like just straight up. There's a chest over here.
Oh,
Right here. So like they go to April and they have to like figure out what to do. And it's in that process, like this is gonna come up in the second movie as well. But it's in that process that Leo like Raphael is really not interested in being led. He's not. He's not interested in being led. He's not quite sure why Leonardo feels like he knows best. Like why are you the one that's telling us what to fuck? Why are you the one telling us what to do?
Particulates start affecting us?
Like why is it your call?
We gave you, you'll manage
And
just fine.
Leonardo is like I feel like he was his whole gimmick was shit. His whole thing was I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to do this. This isn't what I don't want to do this. Dick. But I have to. Like we have to get Splinter back. We have to figure out what we have and on top of everything else, like we can't just be all up in April's personal space. And so like that movie in my opinion that's what it's about. That movie is Leonardo learning how to lead and Raphael learning how to be led. The second movie, who would you say the second movie is about?
more so like just them in general, I think. Because it's more about like where they come from and
Excuse me,
all
what happens
that.
if we touch the glowy bits?
Now I want to point out in the first movie, Donatello and Michelangelo don't really
If it
have.
helps. Your
They
Much
have
role, they're
scenes,
more of like
instantaneous.
reactionary.
Why would that
Yeah.
help?
but like they have a purpose, but they're not there for like major plot beats
You
at
sure
all.
this is the quickest
Oh, we're
route
dying.
there?
Seriously.
I am.
I'm out. But in the second movie, and I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's wrong,
Donatello.
in this, yeah, yes.
Yeah, Donatello has a much more
And
prominent role.
Donatello's role in the second film, like not his role, but his character development in the second film is a lot more emotionally difficult to deal with. Because because he was under the impression, they never say this, mind you, but he was always under the impression that they had a purpose. Oh, don't get crushed. Got it. He was always under the impression that they were meant to be. They exist for a reason.
Which is a fair thing, like, because even
Yeah.
like humans have that sort of thing. Like, they don't want to just, think that we're accidents.
They were just here. But for him to find out that, oh no, that's not the case. Like it was literally just a freak accident that we exist. That's it. Like there's that scene like after the TCRI guy, because I don't remember his name. After he explains to
The
them,
scientist student, yeah.
yeah, after he explains to, whoa, that's not supposed to be happening. Well, you're locked in animation. You're hanging on an invisible wall.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we just got to make that big ass jump. Can I make that? I cannot make that. How'd you get over there?
wall. I ran down the wall.
I got it. I got it.
No, I didn't. You're a liar. A liar, a cheat, and a swindler.
So yeah, and like there's that scene where the TCRI guy explains to Donatello, well, it's just you're just a byproduct of a thing that we, like you're a byproduct of some shit we did, and he just seems bummed out. He seems mad bummed out, and he just openly says like, yeah, I thought we were more. I thought like there was a reason that we were the way we were, and it's like, nah, homie, just an accident. But on top of that, throughout the entire movie,
Let him feel.
Raphael
Only
gets
the progress
taught
of his madness.
through Kino what it's like to have to deal with him. Because like when him and Kino decide they're gonna, track the foot, that's what happened. He's trying to lead him, just like Leonardo tries to lead Raphael, and Kino is just as smart mouth and surly as Raphael is. And he even has a line where he feels like, or he asks, is he being punished? And it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's up. I don't know. I think we can just land on top of it. Yeah. And like that's the whole movie. The whole movie is just Raphael learning better to be led, or learning what it's like to like have a leader. And Donatello is just has to come to like grip with the fact that they were indeed an accident.
At least
The third
my
movie.
father could still look me in the
Hold
eye
your breath.
after all I've done.
Because I got some shit to tell you about this third movie. Who do you think the third movie's about, Mark?
I kind of want to say Michelangelo to a point.
Bingo. That's who the third movie's about. No one else in that movie really has. The only other person in the movie that has like a character arc in any capacity
Aim for the feet,
is
right?
Right.
that's it. There's nobody else. Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael are all just doing what they normally do,
We will
taking care of
tear
business.
limb from
Casey doesn't
body
even
limb.
really have a character arc, because by the end of the first movie, like we see that there's more to Casey than just you know, a hothead.
Vigilante.
Yeah, there's more to him than that. Like he's capable of showing, you know, affection. He's capable of understanding, because like, uh, meeting Raphael
He's
in
also
the,
capable of murder. Just saying.
with reckless abandon. It was reckless abandon. This motherfucker said whoops, and then did the
Whoopsie.
thing, and then like fucking pulled the lever. Like he killed that guy. Like, and it
Well, I
wasn't.
mean, he attended to anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. So, like, yeah, that was
Yeah.
an attempted murder, like with reckless abandon.
Which realistically,
What?
realistically speaking, he murdered that man. There's no reason that he should have lived.
No. There's absolutely no reason Shredder should have lived after being crushed. I don't know what just happened. I think one of your headphones died or something, because all of a sudden you're coming in stereo, like a weird level of stereo.
No, that's weird.
I don't know if I don't know if it's like my headphones or what. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, that's, oh, you sound weird. It's like sitting beside two speakers playing the same thing. Like, they're both in stereo. Oh, no, I'm hurt.
Your knight in high-tech
So yeah,
fire
like,
is
that's kind of the point. Is like, instead of them just being children, like, today's youth, like the youth of today, like, they're not just children. They are growing, they are adolescents, effectively. Learning to have, like, in the first movie, Splinter straight up, like, is like, yo, I won't be here forever. I need you all to be able to take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And like, because the world outside is not designed to deal with you. It's just not. It's not designed to deal with you, and the people outside won't really know what to do if they saw you. Which is like proof that, like, even after Casey figures out that Raphael is a mutant, he's like, okay. So there's, okay, because like when he drops down into the room in the foot fight, he doesn't freak out when he sees 3 more of them.
It's your lucky day.
And then when he sees Splinter in the like when him and Danny rescue Splinter, he has this moment where he's just like I think like they did this thing that I'm glad they don't do, that I wish they would do more of. They didn't explain to you, the viewer, what was going on in Casey's head. They left the door open for you to figure it out. It's clear that he was
It's like
thinking,
he sees a suffering person, he's just like,
no.
I gotta do something.
That's not it. That's not it. What he sees is a giant fucking rat that's able to talk. And he's clearly about to be like, what the fuck is this? And then he realizes, oh, I've been hanging out with 4 turtles for the past couple of days. And then he shrugs his shoulder and he's like, oh, gotta help him out. That's it. Like, he realizes this isn't weird. Like, this isn't any weirder than anything I've experienced in the past couple of days. So, let's help him. And, like, he just shrugs his shoulders and he goes about his life. And, like, that's, like, fuck. If it was an anime, they would have had him say all of that out loud. Like, they would have. They would have had him say all of that out loud. And I'm just glad that, like, in that scene they chose not to. I'm glad they chose to, like, visually just show you how his brain was, what his thought process was in that moment. Because, like, in the third movie, that's the only other time we see Casey, and at that point, Casey is, like, clearly shown that he's capable of, like, hanging out with the turtles and April and Splinter and yada yada yada. So I wouldn't
Where the
open.
fuck is the left fuse, by the way?
It's on the top of the look up.
I didn't look it up. I just didn't know how far up it was.
You didn't go up then. It was like you looked up and was like, I don't see it, and then you quit. It was like all you had to do was like just realize that it was above and then just start climbing. I tried to get up here, and the dude's up here knocked me down. It's over.
Wakanda.
There's no trophies in
Oh,
this. Your audio is still so it's weird.
This is bad.
What is it?
Either that or I'm having issues.
I'm seeing
It could be
more
my
things
headphones.
than
I really
we
don't know.
anticipated.
I won't know
Happens
until I'm
every
doing the
month.
editing. Like,
A lot
I can still
to
hear you, so that I'm not. So yeah, anyway.
Now
The third movie
fair fight.
is really about, I almost said Michael Jackson. The third movie is about Michelangelo. Because what ends up happening in that movie is, up until now, like the first movie and the second movie, Michelangelo was just kind of like the goofy, fun-loving, you know, generic-ass turtle. That was who he was. And in this one, from the very outset, from the very beginning of the movie, we see that Michelangelo is capable of like deeper thought. Because when Kenshin takes April's place, what happens is they switch clothes. Michelangelo realizes like, oh, well, we're naked all the time. So whoever takes our place is gonna show up naked. So what did he do? He went and got boxers for everybody to put on. So that when the dude showed up, they wouldn't show up naked. Clearly like proving that he's capable of thought. He's capable of like thinking logically. Like thinking laterally even. And on top of that, like when they get separated at the beginning of the honor guard fight, from that point forward, we see that Michelangelo is capable of taking care of himself. Like although he's always the goofy, the fun one, the pizza eater, yada yada yada,
Be the last of them.
he shows like once he like wakes up in the hut, I guess, and he's like, I gotta get out of here.
Holy hell.
And then he figures a way out.
Close fuses are put
He didn't have
together to
nunchucks, but he had swords.
overdrive.
And when he came across Walker,
In time.
he didn't back down. He's brave. I guess is what you call it. He's brave. Like he just wasn't bugging. And then later on in the movie, when the house catches on fire,
Aid would be
and he
useful.
decides to go ahead and jump into the house, like run into the house to save this kid, like he's courageous on top of everything else. Crap. How are we supposed to get across there? Oh, I gotta wait. What? Ugh.
But yeah, that stuff just kind of kills me.
I got it now. I got it now. It's knocked me down.
But you get up again.
Are you all
And
okay?
you know the rest.
We are fine. We have reached the door to the power banks.
If I was playing as anybody else, I could probably just fly. If I was playing as somebody who could fly, I could fly. Wait. Get off it.
Okay.
Are you serious? I waited. I'm gonna get across here. Come on. So yeah, like so you get you get all of that. Like he's thoughtful, he's logical, he's capable of defending himself. He is courageous and brave when need be. But on top of everything else, toward the end of the movie, I don't remember the girl's name. I don't. But like it becomes very like we find out that Michelangelo doesn't want to go back home. Now we can leave. Michelangelo doesn't want to go back home simply because he realizes that there's no place for them in New York in the 90s. When he saved that little girl from the I think that was a little girl. When he saved the kid from the house fire, and then Leonardo performed CPR.
Barrier and fuse devices are both being
When that
powered by
kid
the
started
kiln's
like breathing
generators.
again,
So I
the
can get
entire
out of
village
Kimoyo
bowed
alive.
before
They'll
them.
make them self-destruct. But once Claw realizes what you are doing, he'll
In New
destroy the
York, they
generators.
would have been seen as freaking monsters.
Protect those
So
generators
to Michelangelo, like the logical choice is to not go back home. Why would we leave?
Okay?
We stay here.
Multitask.
Shooty.
And like truth be told,
Banks. We will
he was
give
kind
you
of starting to
first
dig
chance.
old girl.
No!
And he even like had this conversation with her, like after he said like I'm not going back, and she was like, "You gotta go." And he had this like this moment where he was like, "Yeah, but I thought," and she was like, "If you don't go back, Kenshin can't return, and Kenshin has to return." Turns out that's a fucking lie. The only person that had to go back for Kenshin to return was like, but like she convinces like, yeah, Mikey, you can't stay here, like you gotta go. And then so he accepts that he has to leave, and yeah, we can't really stop. Long episode incoming, you know. I hate this this mission. I don't like it. Like I've done it several times as a patrol, and it's not very fun. Like the game doesn't really explain what you need to be doing. But yeah, that's like my take on like the trilogy as a whole. Is like everybody got their shine. Like everybody got their moment in the sun to like in each movie, everybody got like they were explaining. Like they got character growth is what I'm trying to get at. Everybody got character growth. Everybody. Because in the third movie, we find out that Raphael knows how to speak Japanese. Like
There's a chest over here.
I don't even care. And like I don't know why he knows how to speak Japanese. But yeah, when Donatello is trying to talk Japanese to him as the dudes are walking by, he goes, "Ohayo wasabi." And this motherfucker goes, "Hello mustard?" I was like, okay, so my Japanese is a little rusty. Suzuki. And yeah, it's fucking dope. Like it's just this moment where we find out that oh, he can speak Japanese. Cool. Like, you know, that was my take on it.
I assume that Splinter would be the one who taught him, I guess. Or he could learn from books, I suppose, you know.
The weird part about that is that Splinter doesn't have an accent. Because in the movies, Splinter is a rat that becomes more human-like because he was around people when he got mutated before he came into contact with the ooze. And I guess effectively because they were pet shop turtles, same goes for the turtles. They were around people as well. And like, because I say like because do you know what the origin story in the 80s cartoon is?
I don't know if it's in the 80s, but I know that like in some iterations, it's basically like whatever you last like mostly had contact.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like why are they in the sewer?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay, this is terrible. It's dumb as fuck, but I'm gonna give it to you. Shredder is the reason he was in the sewer. Rather, that is to say, Oroku Saki was the reason he was in the sewer. Oroku Saki and Hamato Yoshi were both a part of a dojo. And they, effectively what was about to happen was the headmaster of the dojo was like coming by. And Oroku Saki took a dagger and stuck it through Hamato's gi and like pinned him to the wall. So when the dude came by, he couldn't bow. So to them, it looked like he was just showing a sign of disrespect. And so like the dude was like I guess like the second dude in charge was like, you know, headmaster, what do you want us to do about this this disrespect? And he goes, and I quote,
just to put a pause on that. So, is this the first time he's meeting this man?
Oroku Saki? No. Like they were training in the same dojo for quite a while.
That's what I mean. Like this headmaster, he's
oh
been
man,
around
don't
him, right?
don't ask questions. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's fair.
Because like the next line,
okay,
the line the headmaster says like throws everything out the window. When dude asks him, what do you want us to do about this? The headmaster says, throw the bum out.
You know, that's fair.
He might have said it with a Japanese accent, but that's what it was. He said, throw the bum out. So he gets so Oroku's so Hamato Yoshi gets like outcast from the dojo. What's happening? What are we supposed to be doing?
Kill things
There,
until we don't want. We're told to kill things.
my game is glitched. There's an invisible. What is happening? Oh dear God!
I'm killing a giant spider. That's all I know.
What's happening? So the reason he Splinter becomes a rat is because, given that he had nowhere else to be, he was living in the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
So he was around rats. So the turtles, having been around him, turned into humanoid. Like, it wasn't that he found the turtles in the ooze. What happened was, he found the turtles, and then they came in contact with the ooze. Because if I'm not mistaken, either Shredder or Baxter Stockman are the ones who poured the ooze down the sewer. And I think, like, in the first couple of episodes of the original series, you find out that Shredder is the reason that they are mutants. Like, that's it. You find out that it's Shredder's fault. And, like, and I never knew this. I don't know why I didn't know this. But the reason they call Splinter Splinter is because when the turtles were, like, after they started mutating, and they would watch him, like, this is like, you know, he's a rat now. So they would watch him, practice, like, ninjutsu. So, like, instead of, like, him teaching them the art of ninja or whatever the fuck, like, they watched him do it and decided to, like, they started mimicking him. And he was like, oh, they have, like, they're adept enough at this to, you know, maybe I can teach it to them. So the reason they call him Splinter is because of they would watch him break bullets. That's it.
I
Because
thought it was a name. He used to stick to people. Well, I mean, you know, the trade with them, you know.
nah, it's because he was real good at busting up wood. That's it. No more, no less.
I mean, a lumberjack can do that.
Yeah, I suppose so, but they wasn't hanging around a lumberjack. They were hanging around a rat.
Rat man.
So like my argument, so my statement, if anybody's out there like watching this like long ass turtle like terrapin filled conversation, my thing still stands. Like, if you've never seen that movie specifically, and you feel like the third one's not that good, or you've seen it and you think it's not that good, or you've heard it's not that good and you don't want to watch it, I implore you to like give it a chance. Specifically if you've never seen it. Give it a chance, because I really still feel like at the end of the day, the writing for all three films is better than they have any right to be. I can't stress that enough. Like, those movies shouldn't be that good. But like watching that third, yeah, this is why I don't like this mission. It takes forever. But yeah, the third movie, it has really, really, really fucking good character design, like character growth, and I think that's something that a lot of movies don't really have. Like a lot of movies, like especially movies that are designed with like one movie in mind. There's no need for character growth, but like, let's see, like Kevin McAllister. Kevin McAllister didn't grow any throughout the Home Alone franchise. Like, he didn't learn shit. Neither did his parents. Like, at no point did his parents ever get to the point where they were like, we gotta stop leaving our fucking child home alone when we go on these long ass vacations. CPS is gonna get called. Like, nobody ever like says that. And Kevin never goes out of his way to be like, you motherfuckers ain't leaving me again. Nah, like not even that. He doesn't even learn to like go to the neighbor's house and be like, hey, the last time I was like left home alone, these two jackasses tried to rob the house. And if I'm not mistaken, I do think they planned on killing me.
Well, at one point they finally kind of gets.
They did what?
I mean, if they don't at first, they definitely get to that point by the end of the movie.
I mean, by all means, yeah, because he would have killed them first if given the opportunity.
Speaking of, that franchise went on for far too long.
What was the second one? Was like was the last one with Macaulay Culkin, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
But I could be wrong.
that's where it should have stopped. Like
'Cause
that
I
was
think there's 5 now.
like, if I'm not mistaken, like there's one with this actress, I forget what her this Irish actress named Aisling B. They're breaking that one down there. We have to go to it. I think that was like the 5th one, and I think it was considered outstandingly terrible. But I think the main issue with the Home Alone franchise is they don't. The thing with most franchises when they try to like do this is they don't know what made people like them to begin with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how it was with Home Alone. I really don't think they understood what the allure of the Home Alone, like what the draw of the Home Alone franchise was. Speaking of terrible movies, have you ever seen Blank Check?
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about it?
Stop me.
Other than a child gets kissed by a grown woman, no.
That movie is terrible. It has a bad message. It has bad writing. That movie is awful. Quite literally, like at the end of the movie, when the chick is when like, you know, she finds out like the truth, she's like, you know, hit me up in a few years or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And because the whole movie, if I'm not mistaken, like this movie starts with him trying to like get like, he's trying to get something. Like I think he gets hit, like he's trying to earn some money to get something. His brother's a dick.
We need you.
What is it?
It's aim.
And the dude like runs over his bike. And that's how he ends up.
You think he's actually dead, by the way?
Who, Claw?
Yeah.
I ain't putting that kind of thought into it. I think my game. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
The elevator now.
Stop. We'll
I'm
stop
not-
we'll stop the episode here because it's been a very long time. But yeah, again, like, would you please get rid of this pen? Thank you. Very annoying. But yeah, TMNT 3. Give it. It's a movie. It's a good movie. Like if you can get past the whole. Look here, the Marvel, like in TMNT they had a scepter that if you held it and you said the words, it would start spinning, and it would teleport you. Effectively, I don't know how it figured out where to take you. I really don't. Because like, if the idea is like, well, it takes you to where, like, 2 people in time have to be holding it. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Because it would
Because someone at some point in time, like any point in time, could be holding it.
that, and you have to, like, I mean, I'm talking about more along the lines of, if there's only one, there's only one. Like 1800s Japan or whatever, isn't a place, it's a time. So that one scepter just moved around. So like, it could have been it ended up in Japan and in New York. So like, what's to say that you didn't like get it while it was on a boat somewhere, and somebody was just moving it? Like, it's just very bizarre. But I still say that the design of the scepter I thought was really dope. It's literally just like it's a golden scepter with an hourglass inside of like a windowed box. It's really cool looking. If you're not okay with that, but you're 100% okay with the Avengers shrinking down and moving through what is effectively a wormhole through space, shut the fuck up. Because I can't stress to people enough. The movie is about 4 turtles and a rat that do karate. Don't ask questions. Just take what you've been given. If you can be like, well, no, the turtle part makes sense, but them time traveling, that's a bridge too far. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Shut all the way the fuck up. Because like you have decided to just be picky at this point. Get out.